Next up, we're doing some incline push-ups as part of the other warm-up. This is the little inclination that we have here. I'm just gonna extend all the way through there, throughout the stairs. Well, I'm not gonna actually reach the stairs, but I'm gonna extend throughout this area. And this is gonna be where I'll be doing my push-ups. Now it's time for the second set. Let's go. All right, so we finished the incline push-ups and the 50 regular push-ups. Now for the rest of the warm-up, we're gonna do one more, or maybe two more sets of we're gonna do one or maybe two more sets of incline push-ups because these were decline. So we just finished the decline push-ups. Now we're gonna do incline push-ups. We might do another 10 regular push-ups and then we're gonna get to the actual weightlifting. So now that we're done with the actual warm-up, we can actually get to the weightlifting. These are 15 kilograms each. To the dumbbells, I lift 15 kilograms each. I also have this actually came with one of those little kits. I actually have the bar in case I like want to curl 30 kilograms in this case, or any other sort of bar workout. But that bar, to be honest, is very inefficient. I feel like it's very inefficient because every time I hold on to it, the dumbbells kind of like start unscrewing and slipping up from the sides, and it just feels overall pretty unsafe. But I still do it every now and then. I still enjoy bar workouts. In future videos, I will be doing bar workouts for sure, just because they just feel a lot harder than the regular dumbbell workouts. Yeah. I went to get this little colored cloth just so I can put my head on top because I felt like a lot of that pressure was just going towards my head while I was laying down, and I'm 100% sure that's not how this workout's supposed to be done. So I just went ahead and got this little colored cloth just so I can kind of use this like head support while we just doing it. So yeah, second set. So yeah, that was two completed sets of flat press with dumbbells. And I might actually do another bonus set just because I didn't feel like I did hard enough on these two sets I just did. So I might just do a bonus. I'm probably gonna do a bonus set, and then after this bonus set, I'm gonna get to the dumbbell and forearm workouts. Yeah, the dumbbell and forearm workouts. Today I'm doing chest and biceps. And I usually like to do forearms along with biceps because of the hammer curls, since they're workouts to train both your bicep and your forearms. I just decided to dedicate this day to forearms as well. So let's keep going. So yeah, I actually got done doing the bonus rep that I said I would do just because I felt like I didn't go hard enough. The it pretty much went the same, it went pretty much the same. Got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And that's where I stopped. So now we're going to be doing the bicep workouts, and then progressively going to the forearm workouts. And yeah, that makes us just about finished. So let's start. So I'm gonna go for a bonus one, just because, yeah, I still got a lot of energy. So I'm gonna go for a bonus rep. Bonus set in this case. Oh, well, that didn't go so well. That last set didn't end up going as well as I thought it would, but at least we were able to do something. And we're going to continue progressing. You know what I'm saying? Continue to live, continue progressing because, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have goals in life. You gotta stay hungry. You gotta have hunger, You really gotta just find something to do. Just find anything to do at all. If it's possible, find multiple things to do, but like make sure your main focus is on one or at least two, just so you don't lose your focus on things that will only lead you down a path that you certainly do not want to follow. So let's keep going. We're gonna do hammer curls mixed with cross body curls. So basically, what I do is do hammer curls until failure, and just when you reach failure, quickly switch to cross body curls. This is something that I saw on Pinterest, I don't know exactly which guy I saw it from, but it was this Pinterest guy. It's pretty buff looking dude. He said he said it would really just help grow your arms a lot, and yeah, it really did. I've been doing this method for ever since I started weightlifting because I first started with calisthenics because I didn't really have any weights. But as soon as I got my first weights, I started doing it. I was using cement weights. I just built those weights out of cement. It's my first ever weights. I still have them and I still use them. You know, they what helped build a lot of my physique was just crafting, man. I was really just looking for multiple ways to keep myself busy with working out, and it worked out pretty well. So this is a really good method. I 100% guarantee it's a good method. Let's go. So another thing you can do is uh, static. What are these called? Static hammer curls. I used to do static hammer curls with the cement weights, like I said, but like with these weights, I feel like static curls are a little bit more difficult, especially when I'm already burned out from lifting hella. It just like when you keep one, do the other. It's just for me at least right now. I feel like it's a lot, but I'm going to definitely implement this into my workout. Maybe nearing the end of January, I'm gonna try to switch things up a little just to really feel, my arm, just to really feel. And like that little thing I just did, with the switching, really effective. Really, really effective. Like my arms grew a lot just from doing that switching thing. Really effective. Frick. That was pretty intense. You can kind of see how my eyes are just turning red, bro. Really, really red. Just because of the workout. You know, intensity is key to building a strong body. Intensity is key. I agree with a lot of these a lot of these other fitness influencers, gym goers that prioritize intensity over everything. Even if you're just doing like one set of 2 reps, if you make those 2 reps feel like absolute hell, I think you're doing way better than a lot of the guys that do like 40 reps with like low level weight. Effective too. That's what I was doing with the cement dumbbells. But I was really just going for as much as I could. But intensity is key. Intensity truly is key. Your workouts should be feeling like absolute torture. It should be the worst part slash best part of your day. Worst part because of the pain, best part because of the result. But yeah, it actually get kind of concerning why my eyes always get so red every time I work out. Maybe it's just the sweat going in. It's probably just the sweat going in. But yeah, go hard, really go hard. Your eyes gotta look like this by the end of all your workouts. Just go hard. But we're not finished yet. Uh, I wanted to try out Zotman curls, but my arms are pretty cooked. I wanted to try Zotman curls, but my arms are way too cooked right now for those. I don't think I'll have the energy to be able to lift them all the way up and then put them all the way down like that. So instead of doing Zotman curls, to finish off, I'm just gonna do reverse curls for my forearms and maybe another bonus set of regular dumbbell curls. Arms and biceps and forearms are looking mighty majestic. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It actually gets really tight over here in this area when I do this forearm flex. I get really tight in that area. Yeah, this is good. It's really good. We are just about done with the workout. You know what I'm saying? I'm completely fatigued. I can't lift another muscle. So now that we're done, we are gonna go take a clean shower because I am completely drenched in sweat right now, all the way down to my pants, bro. So I'm gonna go shower and yeah, we'll continue on for the next part of the video. We gotta flex the pump. So I'm here in my room right now. Damn, just leaving all my recording equipment here. First, we gotta flex the pump. We having for breakfast uh, 2 eggs with a bunch of cold ham slices with some mango juice and bread. And putting the mango juice inside the Death Note cup. You know, this anime is pretty fire. Would definitely watch it again. So yeah, we gonna eat and then we're gonna talk about a very special topic on a book that I've been reading. So I've been reading this book called The Ego is Not the Real You by David R. Hawkins. Some of you guys might know this book. The reason why I decided to read this book is just because the title, I found it very interesting. You know, the ego is not the real you. I kind of wanted to know what that meant. I wanted to dig deeper into the real meaning of the ego is not the real you or the real me in this case. And what I was able to understand from this book is that essentially this book talks about like realizing your true self. If it weren't for all the ideas that your mind kind of like puts into you, you know, it actually is highlighted here. Wisdom to transcend the mind and realize the self. It's about realizing who you really are, realizing the self. What would you be without your mind or without your ego? Because we know that those are not things that define us, but rather things that are attributed to us, kind of like as like a structure, you know, as human beings. It's just things that we have by nature. So I'd like to talk about two of the little chapters, not chapters, two of the little areas that I highlighted in pages 79 and pages 83. I'm currently in page 91, and this is where things actually got a little interesting because they started talking about a topic that I'm actually very familiar with, which is God. You know, you got to read the Bible every day. You know what I'm saying? Get your daily bread. Just try to get closer to God and avoid doing things that upset Him and that upset you in the long term, but you probably just don't realize that. So it says here, highlighted in this little area, to understand the nature of God, it is necessary only to know the nature of love itself. To truly know love is to know and understand God, and to know God is to understand love. So essentially, what this is telling us is that the only way we can understand God is by understanding love. What does that mean? What type of love are we talking about here? You know, what I thought at first is that, you know, we're talking about the love that every time somebody mentions love, you think about the connection between two people. They form a bond, and yeah, they form a bond. And I thought that that was the case, but no. We need to understand love. Understand love. Think about that. Understand love. What was the ultimate act of love that God has ever shown to us or done for us? I was able to understand that the greatest act of love that God has done for us was giving His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross to save us, forgiveness for all of our sins. This is what I think this little area over here tries to talk about, because that was true love. That was God's ultimate act of love towards mankind. So to truly know love is to know and understand God. I don't think there's no real way of understanding God because He's just so magnificent and complex. Our tiny human minds would never even be able to comprehend not even a fraction of what God really is. But to know God is to understand love. I think that the type of love that they're referring to here is the death of Christ on the cross for us. Once we understand that He did that to save us from ourselves, from our sins, I think that's understanding the true nature of God. It is necessary to only know the nature of love itself. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not really understanding this right. But this is how I was able to kind of like decipher this. You know, I always go over these little highlighted chapters that I read in this book. I'm not sure if you can see it. I always go over these little highlighted chapters just to see, like, maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something that I'm not understanding as I'm reading this. Maybe there's something that I'm not understanding. So what I usually do is go over them multiple times, try to understand. Is there something that I'm missing while I'm reading this? Is there something that I'm not doing, that I'm not understanding correctly? So I go over this chapter. I go over this little area multiple times. This paragraph. I go over this paragraph multiple times and just try to understand it better. Another paragraph that I'd want to talk about is about God's presence. So it's this little area that I highlighted here, also something that I'm trying to understand. It says, there's absolutely nothing in ordinary human experience to compare with the joy of being in the presence of the love of God. No sacrifice is too great, and no effort is too much in order to realize that presence. So this for me was a little bit more difficult because God is omnipresent, which means that He's everywhere at the same time with everyone. But now, how can we understand that presence? How can we feel that presence? How can we truly know about that presence? Hmm. An ordinary human experience to compare with the joy and presence of the love of God. No sacrifice is too great, and no effort is too much in order to realize that presence. Actually, this is actually a lot more complex than I thought it would be. At the time when I read this, I thought I understood, but now you can kind of see I'm having this little mental break. I'm kind of confused how I can explain this to you. But hmm, nothing in ordinary human experience to compare with the joy and the presence of the love of God. The love of God, they're most likely referring to the ultimate sacrifice, which was the blood of Christ on the cross. No sacrifice is too great. No effort is too much in order to realize that presence. Should we be sacrificing? We should be sacrificing, yes, but I don't think that we should be sacrificing the same way that God sacrificed Jesus for us. The type of sacrifice that we're talking about here is sacrificing our own understanding, sacrificing ourselves and our own personal desires, putting in that effort in order to realize the presence of God. I think that actually makes sense. We give up our human nature, certain desires that a lot of us have, jealousy, greed, lust, all of those desires that are attributed to us by human nature. We must sacrifice those desires. We must put effort into sacrificing them and living a holy life in order to realize that presence. I think that's kind of what it means. In order to realize that presence. The words are all switched up because of the camera, but yeah, that's basically what it says. In order to realize that presence. I think that's what it means. So being in the presence of God is being in the presence of God is kind of not strange, but it's something very difficult to understand. God is always around us. We know that because He's omnipresent. He's always trying to lead us down the right path, but we, by human nature, will always try to go down the wrong path. So I thought to myself, hmm, why do I do the thing? Why do I do? Why you have to think to yourself? Why do we do certain things that we do? Because they feel good, right? Most of the times it's just because you get some sort of reward, something just feels nice for the given moment. But after some time, you really just gotta think to yourself and be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but how is this going to reward me in the long run? Because instant gratification is something that was talked about by a lot of guys already, and I'm pretty sure we all know where that's going to lead up to. So I don't really want to talk about this too much. What I'm really trying to do is dig down deep into the roots, trying to understand what God's presence really is. How do we truly get into God's presence? How do we truly feel that God is with us? God is with us. We interact with God through prayer. We feel Him through prayer. But need to feel God at all times because we are humans. We sin all the time. And while we are with God, we do not sin while we're in prayer. We do not sin because our thoughts are only centered in devotion. So if there was and that's active devotion. You're actively devoting yourself to Christ. What I'm trying to understand is if we truly get into the presence of the Lord, is there a way to possibly passively devote ourselves to Christ? Like, we're humans, we sin even by our thoughts. Something, it can be something small. You saw somebody with a cool looking bag and you're like, yeah, I wish I had that type of bag. I wish I could just, like, have everything that he has. That's just another level of jealousy. And it's not bad to want to have certain things, but it's about the intention and the things. It's about the intention in it. It's about the intention in it. So if there's ever a way to passively devote yourself to God in order to maybe like minimize the frequency of sinning throughout the day, that's what I'm trying to achieve. That's also another thing that I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, the presence of God is something very complex, and I feel like I didn't really explain this really well. So throughout future videos, I'm going to be digging deeper into reading more, into reading the Bible more, reading this book more, and try to explain to you guys what this book is really about, and try to kind of help, trying to like pass the same vision that I'll acquire by the time I'm done reading this book, and by the time I have certain answers answered already, certain questions answered. Yeah, I'd want to share that over here in this platform. So yeah, that's just about it for the video. It's actually my first time doing this type of YouTube content. I'm really trying to grow this channel revolving around, just helping people just, get up and just do things, cool things like lift, you know what I'm saying? Just like work, reading, just doing, just developing useful skills, skills that are going to be useful for you in the future, because in case certain things don't work out, hey, at least at that time I learned how to do this. Maybe I can grow off of this that I learned how to do. So yeah, it's just about it. I will be doing daily uploads. I will be trying my best to do daily uploads because I'll be working out every day. And my main thing with this channel is just working out. I really love working out. It's just the best for me. It's just really good. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.